Today we are going to go texture crazy. We will be making an impressive abstract piece using some easy and incredibly effective techniques to get wild texture. You can try these at home, use them on your pieces, and you won't believe the result. Stick around until the end to see how it turns out. This piece is also available for sale now on my website. Well, first of all, my latest dear and myself want to say a huge thank you for all your lovely comments and all your love. Thank you so much. Today's episode is going to be slightly different. Why? Because I was honestly blackmailed by my editor into doing an abstract piece. So this is the canvas, 42 by 30. It's a lightweight canvas. I would like to add so many things, but I think I have to kind of control myself here, really decide what kind of texture I want to see here and what kind of result I'm looking for. While I'm pondering my options, I am going to do something very simple and mindless. One layer of white gesso. This won't harm anyone. This will enhance the canvas. I'm thinking of some crackling effects as well. And if I proceed with that, I would like to see some of gold or maybe bronze in those cracks. Now, this is my treasure bag. I know what's treasure for someone, it's rubbish for another person. So yes, I've got lots of strange bits here. So what are we going to use? I know you love this, so I've got some leftover bits. This lace is nice. So I'm going to, if possible, separate it into longer pieces. I think that might be cool. Oh, I like those as well. It's so nice not having any plans, like really, I'm going to have fun. Here comes my best friend, and honestly, I don't have that many good friends in this studio, but this is definitely one of them. Super heavy gesso. I sound like I'm promoting it. I am not sponsored. They don't even know I'm using it. I just think it's brilliant. I'm thinking what would look really good on an abstract textured canvas. I've got a couple of ideas. Trying to stick it down now. And the more gesso I put, of course, we will have flatter surface. Apply here. I love spreading it. It is so cool. So I'm going to flatten them all. I found something that I haven't used for years, probably 3 years at least. This is part 1 of 2. That's crackle paste. And I know there's so many different ones available in various art shops. I very rarely use it. I think I used it last on my, what was it? Penguin. Yes, penguin piece. It was such a cute video, but I did it almost at the very beginning of the channel. You can see the link here. It was such a cute penguin family. Okay, so what do? Base layer primer. You cannot put it on silicone. It's good for anything else. Apply the base primer, approximately 2 millimeters thick. And then apply the crackle paste directly onto the primer, working wet on wet. It's definitely rather thin. I've applied it thinly, adding a little bit more just in case. No problem. Now I'm wondering, because I painted gold, but maybe I should have added gold to the base. I wasn't thinking about it. Silly me. Maybe I won't see any gold whatsoever because of that. I just realized the base is white, so we won't see any gold. Ingenious, yeah. Okay. Now we're leaving it to dry. Oh, so curious. It says could be days. I didn't put very thick layers, so we should see something hopefully tomorrow perhaps. Maybe I'll regret this, but I found some interesting stuff here and I think I might use it. Wow, I made them myself. So these balls, I bought them ages ago and sometimes I use them on my flowers, but I've got those that I made out of glue gun. Look, See, I even made a system of sticking them onto some masking tape, and I completely forgotten about them. I've forgotten. I've got some baby ones. Oh, that would be nice. Let's spring. Ah! Okay. They're so pretty. And look, they'll be embedded in the paste, so they'll be safe. I am liking those little balls now. We can imagine it's going to be abstract with a twist. Yes. Oh, and I've got blue. Look, yes. Can't believe I made all of that. Look at this. This is so cute. So now you see why I wanted gold, and then I made the mistake with white underneath. But it's okay. I can still paint over. It was actually dry in less than 24 hours. I am so happy with those marks. Ha! I need to cover everything probably with white just to see where I'm going with it and remove the silver. The little balls will be covered. I kind of like it a bit rusty, you know. I'm thinking browns and rusty colors here. And what about the top? When everything is white, we can really see the design. I am going to actually add gold to the bottom part. I'm filling the cracks. That's what I'm doing now. Sometimes it's more efficient doing it with your finger because the finger gets into all those crevices much better than a brush. Let's see if I can wipe some of them off. I straight away want to see some dark colors. Dirty plate from last week's deer. And yes, of course, I will change many times. When you have some texture, it's just, you can't help smearing everything onto it to see how nice the texture looks. Look at that. Okay, so if we are having browns and rusty colored here, you know what will look nice with browns? It's always a very good combination. Some teals. Since I've decided on those sort of rotten colors here, I'm going to use some deep yellow. Oh, that's a vibrant color. This color is not faint-hearted and it's not something I often use. I use it very, very rarely. I'm not going to freak out. I know it's not going to stay here for long, but in my opinion that will make some nice background color. I could mix it with, even with gold. When I started applying this deeper yellow here, I've realized I know what I need. I need more orange because my yellow turned slightly green and I don't like it. There's a solution. There you go. See? I will be applying and applying. I will be actually very tempted, and I have to try it once. Gerhard Richter technique. Atmospheric backgrounds with very often used, not spatulas, but those building heavy duty spackle applicators. Now I don't even have one, but if I had a smoother surface I could scrape it all nicely. I'm kind of, at some point I'll have to try that. I know how some of you enjoy just pouring acrylics because that will give you some random effects and unexpected outcomes. Yes, absolutely agree. But here, I don't know, it's much more intuitive. It's sort of, you really enjoy your mark making and you are the one actually making decisions for the paint. And I know that will look probably awesome if it was huge. Yes, I don't have space on my table here. But there's always something to be said about a huge, big scale artwork. The last one I did was the artwork for my son's film, which at some point I will update you if I know any more about it. So watered down, a burnt umber with black. If it's watered down, it's more translucent. You know, you do something, look at it and see if you like it. That's the best way. And yes, we can always take lots of it off. Don't be discouraged that you repeat and repeat and repeat the process, because it's all about layers. Believe me, the more layers of color you add, the better your piece will look, that's for sure. My brush is almost dry. I am trying to preserve some of the cracks and at the same time trying to make it darker. You know, I'm rather fond of it. Let's use something that I very rarely use actually. It's alcohol inks, black, brown. Ooh, yeah, sepia. If I drip them in here, we'll get some cool effects, hopefully, in the crevices. Okay. So if I spray some water, I know what will happen. Everything will be dirty. Oh, that's very different. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so how am I now going to keep it in? It's going to mess everything. Yes. Oh, but look at those beautiful effects. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I've got more on the table than on the canvas. That's silly, but that's easy. Now I'm also going to remove some of it because there's too much, way too much. Interesting. If I want to, I can remove most of it, but I do want some of it to stay. And you know, I don't want the background orange, just so that you know. I'm not a great fan of the orange look here, but I'm keeping it for a reason. The inks are really getting into places that I would not be able to do it with. Oh, look how it grows. Yeah, so nice. Ready for some mess again. Bit more controlled this time. I've learned my lesson. Not too much. And so now I'm going to dry it. Yeah, look at this. I'm liking that. I really like that. Sort of, you see the black going along the lines. So I'll get this dry and then I'll try to add some more. So that's what we wanted. Using a sponge, adding some black to the border. Now I want to see some burnt sienna. Let's do that. Thanks to the sponge, we've got a mixture of colors in the background. More drama. You know, one of my absolute favorite painters of all time is the German artist. His name is Anselm Kiefer. I'm in love with his big scale, huge, I don't even know how to describe it, sort of very atmospheric paintings. And I'm kind of thinking of this style. The longer I look at it, the more it reminds me of, you know, those type of paintings. Pretty spooky. Another one of his beautiful paintings. Highly textured, and I do want that blue or turquoisey, so that's why I subconsciously picked them up. Now, when you're using heavy texture, yeah, it's fantastic to work with. However, the ways of applying the color are slightly more limited because obviously I can't scrape on top. I could at the very, very final stage, for example, you know, apply stuff just on top. But if I want to cover the background, I probably will end up using a sponge or just a brush. Whoa, how nice. So we'll have some orange, yes, not that much. And it's going to be blending in down. If I don't press too much, I've got a thinner film of this turquoisey color, bluey color. Just this with browns. Oh, gorgeous. You see, we're still getting the peeping through colors. And those cute buttons, aren't they cute? I wonder what you think. I really wonder. Fun experiment, but I hope it's going to encourage you to try something different, to really play with texture and play with different media. This is brilliant blue, turquoise green. And we're also getting this rusty effect, aren't we? Once I apply this, I'm going to dry it. Personally, I am much fonder of this combination than orange and brown. I wonder what you think. Now I really want to see some white. You might be surprised why, but I want to lighten up, especially the midsection. If I apply it using palette knife, I may not. No, I want more consistent. Let's use a brush. With water, actually. I know it might be a bit of a shock to you, but I did want something lighter here. I take some of it off, of course, as I usually do. See, if I touch it very gently, look how beautiful that white looks here. Oh, I'm liking it, yes! Okay, I'm leaving it to dry. So pretty, so pretty. I'm almost in love, but I think I want some darker edges. I started here, but now once I apply white, I do want to see some contrast, more contrast. Darkening those sections. I don't know, burnt umber or burnt sienna as well, both, I don't know. And this will give us some kind of vignette. It's a very popular color combination, by the way, I think. Just for reference, Kiefer's artwork. So yes, we've got this light blue, the rusty tones. I might add a little bit of lighter down here as well. I am reapplying some of the lighter colors again. Very atmospheric. My goodness, I can play forever with those colors. On the other hand, I don't want too much of that. Maybe if I touch it ever so gently like this. See, this is hardly anything, but yet it kind of makes it look kind of all together, doesn't it? Let's look at the shimmer here. Oh, nice. I'm going to do it. I'm going to touch some of my round little cuties with gold. A little bit. So we can see the blue, we can see the white, we can see gold, we can see all those colors. Okay, and now I will probably call it finished. There we are. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And if you stuck around until the end, please let me know by leaving the word banana in your comment and I'll try to give it a heart. That should weird out anyone who hasn't seen this part and looked at the comments. If you would like to see extended versions of my tutorials, please check out my Patreon, and you can own this very piece by heading over to abcreativeofficial.com. Thank you so much for watching and see you next Saturday. Bye bye.